The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is, as Trill dubbed it a long time ago, the Love Box, the reality TV show that is known as the Mayweather-Tank saga, and it has added a new chapter. And so we're going to take a look at some of the new developments, and then we'll discuss this in greater detail. So, give me a second. Here we go. We're going to take a look at this right here. So here it is right here. Gervonta Davis posted this on social media. It says, Floyd say all this bullish, but in Dubai and can't leave because he been taking people's money and not doing what they paid him to do. Floyd, a effing hater. That's what he posted. All right, let's get this down. Okay. Click it on the wrong thing.
Floyd's response: Floyd didn't have to do that.
So Gervonta Davis also put this on social media. He said he got to pay them people that money back. If I'm lying, tell them to go live right now. And so someone AWOL wrote, "Let me find out Floyd being held hostage in Dubai." And then Gervonta said he been stuck over there for a minute too. All right. So can you see this, my brother?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. So Floyd responded with this. So Floyd responded with this. As you can see, this is Floyd Mayweather's social media. And he said, "We always knew he had sugar in his tank." All right. All right. Let me put that on silent because as you can see, Tank is. So, that was Floyd's response to that. Okay. Yep. And so Gervonta Davis reacted. Can you see that, bro? Dollar Bill?
Yeah, I can see it, my brother.
All right, yeah. So here we go. So here's what Gervonta tweeted. He said, "Now I F around and knock Floyd out when I see him, and I'll care about going back to jail. He such a B. He don't allow his security to carry guns." So I think what he meant to say is he doesn't care about going back to jail. Like he'll knock Floyd out when he sees him. He doesn't care about going back to jail. Okay. So then Floyd posted this.
Say, man, look, man, your beef is not with Floyd Mayweather. You sitting here beefing with Floyd. It's a fighter out here that's been calling your name that want to fight you. Gervonta Tank Davis, let's make the fight happen, man. I'm tired of tweeting. I'm tired of talking about it. Stop ducking me and let's make the fight happen, man. Come on. Say, man.
I might even just a lot with that call out. All right, so now we're gonna take a look at some of the other stuff. All right, here we go. So then Gervonta posted this. Floyd doesn't like him either. He only siding with that kid because he's scared of Jay Prince, the father, and the kid so easy to manipulate. Look how he had him go at young boy with the Rose umbrella. Kid looking for fame. Then someone tweeted Shakur on this too at Gervonta. Check Floyd's IG story again. And so then Gervonta said, like I said before, I have a 6/7 deal, and that little B, a house kid from Newark in it. So then Gervonta also added, it's always dudes like him talking like they some type of killer. These people seen you, bro. They hype. And then Shakur responded, better off shadow boxing than fighting me with laughing emojis. All right, so and then finally, Floyd Mayweather posted this. and it said this should be the fight. It says Stevenson versus Davis, and as you can see, he put Shakur Stevenson ahead of Davis, and it says June 15th at MGM Grand Arena live on pay-per-view. And you see the Shakur Stevenson promotion logo right here. You see the Floyd Mayweather promotion logo, but he X'd out Prime Video and he X'd out Gervonta Tank Davis promotions. So there are a few things to unpack here, Trill. So what I want to start with, one, is your thoughts on this, but also Shakur Stevenson, he's on like his last fight with Top Rank, and then he's going to be a free agent. Do you think that this is a sign that Floyd Mayweather is going to sign Shakur Stevenson as well? So, anyways, your reaction to everything, and then you let me know that. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
This is one of the most messy episodes of the Love Box between Mayweather and Tank. To me, it seems I was gonna say stage, like it seems like this always happens, like they always beef, like are they just doing this to sell the fight, try to make some type of commotion, or maybe not? Maybe it's some really real animosity and beef there. That's probably why they keep on beefing and keep running into situations. There's been rumors of Tanks messing around with Floyd's daughter. There's been rumors of them not getting along for a long time. Maybe all this stuff is coming to the head, but this happens a lot of time with fighters and their promoters. This is story is as old as time. They always get into beef. You always see promoters and with their fighters not getting along, money situations and stuff like that. This is it's sad to see, but this is boxing. What I think is entertaining for a lot of people. And I see a lot of things too with the Shakur Stevenson. I seen they brought up Shakur Stevenson, and Shakur Stevenson had an issue with Floyd's daughter at one point. When there was to go back and forth, they got into some words. And she mentioned him crying, and he was like, "Look, your dad even cried when he lost at the Olympics," And then with the whole NBA YoungBoy thing, I thought that was weird too. Shakur Stevenson getting involved in that with when NBA YoungBoy's car got broken into, and he had the keys, he was holding the keys and stuff.
NBA YoungBoy has a history with Shakur's wifey. There are pictures of them together, and the streets is talking like perhaps they probably have history together. So I just wanted to add that in.
And then NBA YoungBoy is Yaya's baby's father, Floyd Mayweather's daughter's baby father, who Shakur Stevenson did get into that verbal altercation with, and who they are alleging, Tank. Well, anyways, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. It's real messy. You know what I'm saying? It's real messy. And it's really should be a reality TV show. Because this would be crazy.
Produced by Mayweather.
Yeah. We always talked about that fight. Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. Like we know Shakur Stevens will, box anybody's head off. The thing is, what happens when he gets hit? We never seen the kid get hit. We see him outbox people, but we haven't seen him really take a good shot. And what happens? Because Tank's quick enough to land that on you. What happens once you get hit by a puncher? Do you turn into Devin? Or do or can you take that and keep going? We want to see that. The streets want to see it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's real.
I think that that would be a good fight. And but I hope that this is not creating no distractions for Gervonta Davis, because he does have a tough guy that he's fighting in Martin. Frank Martin is not coming to lie down. And could be a distraction, or Tank could be using this as fuel to fuel himself up. That's why he's calling out Floyd. That just came out of nowhere. Floyd wasn't talking about him. He went there and attacked Floyd about the whole Dubai thing, out the blue. I'm like, is that something to help him get ready for this fight? or I hope it's not he putting his nose into something and it ends up being a distraction. And then Frank Martin, because boxing is unforgiving. If you lose to Frank Martin, and depending on how you lose, you might be the meme like how Devin is the meme right now. You know? So you gotta pay attention to the man that they got right in front of you, Tank, because if you don't get past him, there's no Shakur Stevenson, and you can forget about, people naming you like that guy, you know? And Shakur Stevenson is doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like Shakur Stevenson's been calling out everybody and not fighting nobody. He wants
the
a big
blueprint, baby.
yeah. He wants the name so bad and nobody is giving him the time of day. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
about to call out Jake next.
He's like anybody, and he even called Ryan the cheater. Ryan ain't giving him the time of day. Nobody wants to, because they look at Shakur Stevenson as like, is this worth it? Is he worth it getting in here with this guy? He's gonna even Pitbull Cruz say, man, I don't got the energy to be chasing you around. I'm gonna stay here. No matter how much money they throwing at people don't want to run track. You know what I'm saying? So if Floyd Mayweather can make this fight, I'm sure people will be interested to see if Shakur Stevenson can outbox a Tank, and if he gets hit, can he take it? So it is some intrigue here, and it is messy. This is a reality TV show, the Mayweather versus Tank. I just don't know where it's gonna go. What do you think, bro? Where do you think this is going?
Oh man, no, I think you brought up some great points. For me, I'll touch on a different aspect of it. I think when you come from a certain background, you're comfortable functioning in chaos, and when chaos is missing, you feel uncomfortable. So, like, speaking on a personal level, I remember when I decided I was going to go to school. And you would think that people would be happy for you when you say, oh, I'm going to go to college. But people weren't happy. People were like, oh, you're going to fail. You're going to do this. You didn't have the best grades in high school, right? All types of stuff. People start putting this poison in your head. So from the beginning, you learn to function in chaos. And you start becoming motivated because you use it as fuel, right? So if your fuel is always doubters, if your fuel is always haters, if your fuel is always naysayers, right? Once you start to become successful, you get less and less naysayers. You get less doubters. In fact, you get people who start believing in you. That shifts. It creates a certain level of uncomfort because you're not used to people believing in you. You're not used to saying, I'm going to do something, and everyone being like, yeah, you got this. You're like, I got this. What you mean I got this? Like you're programmed to succeed off of hatred. You're programmed to succeed off of doubters. You're programmed to succeed off of criticism. So what happens when that goes away and all you get mostly is love? Right? It's like 50 Cent says this before one of his songs. He says, like, I need you to hate me so I can use it as energy. Right? Yeah. And I think Tank is one of those people.
Hustler's ambition.
Hustler's ambition. Yeah. Hustler's ambition. Where it's like, it just seems like he's motivated off of the hatred. But you don't need the hatred. You can shift what motivates you. But I think so many times when you come from a chaotic environment, when you come from trauma, when you come from, broken homes, bad situations, you don't feel comfortable unless you have that type of energy because it fuels you. So Tank can get up and run those miles if he thinks Floyd wants to see him lose. It's just a weird, like, oh, you think I'm going to lose? Oh, you think this? You think that? So he gets hit with a big shot in his mind. If he's thinking someone wants to see him lose, that helps him get up off the deck, right? It's like you need that motivation. So I think one is Tank is fueled by chaos. He's fueled by dysfunction because that's what motivated him. And so he needs that, whether he's going to generate it himself or whether it actually exists without doing it. So like you said, why take the shot at Floyd? Floyd ain't do nothing to you, because probably secretly he needs that ambition. Another possibility is he feels like Floyd isn't giving him the attention he wants, or he misses Floyd, but he's too prideful, too macho, too, egotistical to say, Floyd, man, if I'm your fighter, if you got my back, where you at? Why you in Dubai? Right? Instead of saying, come see me, he said he can't even leave Dubai. Tell him to leave right now. Right? Like, tell him to go live right now, right? Stuff like that. So it also could be he feels like he's not getting the support from Floyd he wants. He's not getting the attention from Floyd he wants, or whatever. So he takes that shot. I really don't know. Like the street gossip and everything that's happening out there. I mean, I don't know about it. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. The one thing I can say that is fact is this new generation of athletes, also kids are different. Like you search the internet, you saw how kids were talking to Cam Newton at a 7-on-7. You see the way this kid was just talking to DK Metcalf when he was training at the high school facility. And I'm thinking, when I was a kid and I played Pop Warner football when I was a kid, and Lawyer Malloy, Ty Law, Damian Woody, and Tony Simmons came to our practice. And we were so happy the pros came to see us. It was an honor. It was a privilege. No kid thought to themselves, get out of line and disrespect this person who's accomplished what we all hope we can do while we're at Pee-wee football practice. These dudes get Cam Newton, who should be a Hall of Famer when the time comes. They got him at his practice and they think disrespect him for clout. DK Metcalf, one of the best wide receivers in the game. They see him, they think disrespect him for clout. Gervonta Tank Davis, despite whatever he wants to say or whatever he may think, yes, he's a talented boxer. He's not the only talented boxer in the world. He would not be in the position he's in right now if it wasn't for Floyd co-signing him and stamping him. Same with Devin. But look at how they treat Floyd. This is just new stuff. This is crazy. We get a reference, like in the real world, if you just get a reference from someone, that's good. What stuff Floyd did for them and the way they treat him is crazy to me. Like, I don't know, but that's a mentality, and that's something people got to talk about. When people talk about, what's going on, that's a real problem. What Floyd did for all these fighters and the way they come at him is a real problem. I'm not saying Floyd doesn't have his flaws, but in the real world, it's like that. The person who helps everyone out, the person who has accomplished, the person who, I forget how does the saying go. It's something like the golden rule. The person with the gold makes all the rules. Like Floyd's the one with all the gold. But anyways, I think it's much to do about nothing. In the end, they're tied into contracts, so they can fight it out on social media. That seems to be the new wave. Hopefully, they all do well and continue to progress as far as I'm concerned.
Yo, bro, I'm glad that you brought that up, man. You know what it is? Kids don't get spankings anymore. Punk parents, bro. It's the punk parents, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I have to pick my own switch.
That's what's wrong with the kids. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to act. It's because of the punk parents. They took the discipline out the homes. The parents just stop being scared to discipline your kid.
I can't. But you can't do it like that now, because you do it now. They take your kids.
Listen, I ain't playing.
Hey, listen, I can't sit here and
discipline and love. That's how I raise my babies, off of discipline and love.
All I can say is my personal experience. Like, you got a line, and my grandma be like, go outside and pick a switch. So I had to go outside, pick my switch, pieced up by my grandma, and my granddad didn't play. And so I mean, it was just a different era. But listen to what I just said. My grandma, my granddad, they were older. They were like 40 years older than me. These kids' grandmas and granddads are like 10 years older. So it's a whole different era.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Grandma's 30 years old, 32 years old.
Grandma's not trying to discipline a kid when grandma's trying to have a hot girl summer, right?
Yeah,
So
you gotta go to the club. Yeah, that's crazy. We gotta normalize being family and stuff like that.
everybody, don't take anything personally. We're just chopping it up, having a good old time. People look for reasons to be offended, and everything. Like we said, this is just us kicking it, two brothers. You know what I mean?
You already know, and that's what it is. It's crazy though, but that's how I feel, bro. Like I was just sitting there. Listen, I remember the Cam Newton situation, man. I believe what those kids did, man. I thought that was ridiculous. I thought that was wild. You know what I'm saying? Like no home training. Like we come from the era where we was outside, we was on the block. You know what I'm saying? But when we see the next door neighbor and she pulled up and she had groceries, what do? We went there, helped her with her groceries, brought the groceries in the crib. You know what I'm saying? These kids now, they unruly. They might end up taking something out of there and running or something.
I know it's just a whole new era. It's clout.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
We gotta get to being parents.
They know this. If you touch me, I'm a sue. Touch me and I'll sue.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe.
Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And you can catch our podcast on all major streaming services. We the Boxing Bros.